Cowlazars, 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 Cowlazars. Cowlazars, Cowlazars, come on, let's have some adventures. We'll spend days, we'll spend weeks, we'll spend months working our way through treasure hunts. Cowlazars, Cowlazars, Cowlazars. Mike drinks coffee a ton, feel free to send him some.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Los Angeles International. We are fully loaded up. Sorry, C9 Charlie.
That's all right.
Watch Mike once, you'll want to watch him again. James Frey once called him to talk Forrest Fenn. Cowlazars, Cowlazars, you cannot go wrong. You could even say bovine photons. Now let's get going on the double. Let's talk treasure hunts. Let's talk puzzles. Cowlazars, 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 Cowlazars.
All right, everybody. Today is Sunday, June 14th, and we are live. Forrest Fenn update number 8. K-Pro, tell them where you're at.
I'm in Baltimore, and you know, every day that I have not the best day in the world, I need William around me. There is no way I'm doing that, William. I'm not even repeating that, William. Hope you guys can hear me. There's lots of background noise. I only have about 30 minutes, but we are here for you, and you, and you, and you, and you.
Just
And
yell Cowlazars
say,
as loud as you can. No?
Oh, if William will give me $100, maybe.
No, you don't have to do that.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
That's
Okay,
fine.
so so why are we here? What are we doing? So I am traveling today, and some people, much like Dale, will give that update too. They're like, "You're traveling? Oh my gosh, dun dun dun!" Okay, you guys don't know me. I'm traveling home to Raleigh, North Carolina.
Not to
y'all,
the
so-
Finder, not to the chest, not to Forrest Fenn's house. None of that stuff.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
none of that is happening. None of it's happening today. So, anyway, I wish I was in an airport bar. No, I'm in an airport and just trying to get a little bite to eat from a very long flight. I went coast to coast today.
And
How are
I'm
you?
still in Vegas, all alone. So I'm
What's
all right.
wrong?
My mother's in town, so we're doing all right. We're gonna watch some movies, get something to eat later. I'm gonna crash out after this. I'm gonna take a nap. So I'm posting a link out so everybody can get in here and see what's going on before we get to the updates, everybody. That's what we're doing.
And those of you that weren't in GTC's last night chat, my new name is Karen. GTC is throwing down the gauntlet, and I'll talk about that at the end on where we have a little wager going on between who can find a different little chest of treasures. But
Which
we'll
one's
go into
that?
that later.
Oh,
That's
I
the
can
North
guess.
Carolina one.
Go.
He thinks he's going to get me on my home turf.
Theodosia, go get it.
Theodosia.
Go
Okay,
get it.
but we'll talk about
It's
that.
like 20
So-
minutes from your house, right? So they say.
Not
I don't
even.
know. Or is it? Yeah.
Or is it?
Uh-oh.
Okay, so day 8, what's going on?
What is going on? Day 8. Do we have any official word from Mr. Forrest Fenn?
No, we don't. But we had enough other little things. So what is the update from Forrest? That's going to be on Dale's site, y'all. I already said that.
Yeah, somebody on Facebook said that. They're like, well, how are you giving updates? I thought everything goes on Dale's site. What do you have to say to that, K-Pro?
I say when we have pertinent information, other than, oh, this person's suing and this person's being negative and this person's throwing hate. Other than that, if we have some things, we'll check in with you from time to time. And then, of course, we're going to go live Monday and Thursday on other hunts and things. But we just thought there was enough. We don't want it to pile up as well and let rumor mill prevail. So we thought we would give some updates here and there. And actually, I think some of them, I found some things out this morning, but by this afternoon, some of the issues are already gone. But we just thought this could be the spot people come to as a one-stop shop for kind of the major information.
Well, the other thing is, on Dale's site, will be the official communication from Forrest on the Finder and the solution and all that kind of stuff. But, we have updates about other things. We have updates about the searcher community and about things that, Forrest isn't going to put on a website because we talk to a lot of people. So when we say updates, it could be about many things. But I will change the title from Forrest Fenn Treasure Found to whatever. If we like Monday, we're going to do a vlog on a Vegas treasure hunt, and I'll change the title of the video for that. So Okay,
Yeah.
so that's kind of it in a nutshell.
Yeah,
think
so
they got
so
this
let's
everywhere.
okay, so thumbs up and super chat and all that housekeeping stuff
No,
that you
no,
guys
hang
know.
on. Thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel.
Thumbs up.
Super chat's on. If you just have a question, you have to have answered or at least read. And then, yeah, we come to you live every Monday and Thursday officially, but we come to you live, especially now. Anytime we get a little bit of info, we're going to go live and let you guys know
Yeah.
what it is. And you guys, you make your own decisions and all that. A lot of people are making videos about what they think about the ending of the Forrest Fenn treasure hunt, things like that. So yeah, I encourage everybody to make their own
Yep.
videos. Okay.
And speak of the devil himself has come into the chat. GTC. Okay, we'll talk about
And
him
William
later.
says, K-Pro, I assume Dale might possibly have an update this week. Well, K-Pro might speak on that. I don't know. You guys will
well,
find
let's
out here in a
first
minute.
go to probably the most significant news is Dale was traveling, and it was reported on different blogs and forums that he was traveling to Santa Fe. No, he was not traveling to Santa Fe. He has confirmed it with several different people. He is not traveling to Santa Fe. I'm not traveling to Santa Fe. So just because someone happens to have a life does not mean that it is all chase related. So that's the first thing. Dale was going to be on Flipside. He was not going to have a sturdy enough connection, not sturdy, but a sustained connection enough to be able to go on live. So he didn't, but I have heard
So-
next week he is going on the flip side. So it'll be great to hear from him.
So it's not because Forrest told him not to go on and give the secrets and all that stuff. It's just
Yeah, I read
okay.
that. Yeah, no, that's not from what I understand. And quite honestly, I believe Dale.
So I'm not going to hit the breaking news button because I don't think it qualifies for breaking news. But just so everybody's clear, everybody in the chat and everybody who watches this over the weeks, Dale is not going to Santa Fe. He's not going somewhere for Forrest. He does not know who the finder is. He's not going to do a TV interview. All these rumors are out there. So, K-Pro, you're saying you have it on good authority that he's traveling somewhere on his own personal business, has nothing to do with the Thrill of the Chase treasure hunt? Would
Correct.
that be a fair
I
statement?
actually
Okay.
heard a rumor that will make more rumors happen of what he was doing, but that's for him to share and not for me
Well,
to
somebody
share.
said he's going to do a national TV live, from the location with the fight. All these rumors come up. So
Yeah, no, I did not hear any of that.
I
no.
heard a lot of different things. I heard Expedition Unknown. I heard the Discovery Channel is going to go live from the location with Forrest and Dale. He's going to pick up Forrest, and they're going out there. So no, Dale is not doing anything related to the Chase people. So.
Dave Pilsner, he said no one thought K-Pro was going to Santa Fe. Actually, on the site called Thor, you and Mike might not know about it, but up on Thor, they asked the question. I'll eventually get up there when I can, but they were like, "Now you're traveling? Oh my gosh!" I was like, "Oh gosh, come on, guys." You guys are killing me. So not as many, but there were some up on this little tiny site.
Oh, and there's
called
the kids.
Thor. Yes, they were bringing me food. You guys
That's
just sit
awesome.
it wherever. Sit down.
And as
Thank
you
you.
can see, as soon as we're done, I'm not going to Santa Fe. I'm
Yes.
going to take the garbage out. That's what I'm doing.
Ah.
And clean
Nice.
up some of this stuff back
Find
there.
a spot,
But anyway,
guys.
okay. Lisa Simmons says, Dale not going to see Forrest. He figured out the Fandango treasure hunt. Okay. I wonder if
There you
Dale
go.
is going to... Dale, that website is Dale's. It's not Forrest Fenn's. I wonder if he will get into a new treasure hunt and maybe set it up for something else. I don't know. But he asked Dale. When he is on the flip side, Sean, if you watch this, ask him, what now? What are you going to do now? Are you going to pick up another treasure hunt or not?
Well, the rumor has it that he was picking up a trailer and going to Yellowstone, and many are questioning why was he headed to Yellowstone. But that's total rumor, and we don't do that here. So you know what?
Vacation would be my guess, but yeah.
Well, here's the big thing for me. I think it's really cool that some people wanted to check in on other searchers, but now it's becoming almost like, where is Cynthia? It's almost like a fixation on people,
And
I
where
don't
is
like
Cynthia?
that.
Do we know? Is
She's
she
at
in
her
Santa Fe?
house, so-
Oh, okay. She's not out with the finder? Okay.
No, she's packing up. She's getting ready to move to Vegas because her and Mike found the treasure. Didn't you guys hear that?
Doug Heideck
anyway.
says, I recognize K-Pro's background, the Santa Fe airport. No, Doug, she is not in the Santa Fe airport.
No, I'm in Baltimore. Okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
that is at least a update for anybody who has not heard it already.
Yes.
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 Yeah, Dale is not traveling for Forrest Fenn to see him or anything like that.
Okay.
So we do not know when anything is going to happen from Forrest
Okay.
Fenn, when he's going to give us an update, whether that's a picture or a location or a state. I think it would be great just to get the state out of the way. But, hey, Forrest is doing his thing, and he's got ways he does things, and we all can just wait. So.
Call me Karen. Fine. Yes. I'm not even speculating on that. What are we gonna get? When are we gonna get it? All that. Guess what? We're gonna get it when we get it. That's all I know, and that's how it's gonna be. So, okay. Yeah, it's Call Me Karen. K is for Karen. Everybody. Okay. Some other news out in the field is we have heard now from Forrest for the first time. There is an audio out in the news.
Oh, that's right.
And I don't think we can play it because it's copywritten, I'm sure. That it is Forrest in his own words. So those of you that were conspiracy theory that he passed away, no, can't be. He was on the phone with a reporter yesterday, day before yesterday. So that is that. And there you have it.
And he does say the treasure was found. I'm paraphrasing, but he says at the very end of that video on the phone, somebody is talking to him. It's his voice.
Yep.
Treasure is found, and now it's over.
Yep.
And I would try and look it up, but I don't remember where the link is. So, like you say, we can't play it anyway. Dave Pilsner says, "Did you read that Smell the Sunshine has a solved video coming out on Monday?" Well, that'd be awesome. But again, everybody, I think that's Smell the Sunshine's solution, not
he was boots on the ground at Cynthia's house when he found this out. A lot of people, there's a lot of videos, and I would say there's at least, 200-300 solves, or probably 400 solves by now.
Cowlazars is your new name. GTC says, "Slim chance I can go live tonight. I go back to work tomorrow night, so I want to try for tonight again, minus as much beer. So everybody look out for GTC's channel. Nice. He may go live tonight." Treasure Seeker Fenn's story says 9 days for a picture. LOL. When he got it last Friday. Well, we're all waiting to see what Forrest is going to say.
Well, that is a small glimpse of 9 days, 3 lawsuits.
Yeah,
16 people say they have the chest, and at least 100 crazies.
Right.
So yeah, he's dealing with a lot right now.
And we don't know the whole story, so let's just wait until Forrest puts out something. That's what we're all doing.
Yeah. Okay. So the other couple of small things is the Post did a story. Miriam, if you guys know Miriam from Treasures Galore, she was in it. Forrest sent her an email, she said, which I thought was really cool. So he read it, and in it, he declined or did not respond to the interview. So it seems like he's kind of winding down. He's gotten his message out that he has responded to some early on, but now he's not responding as much to press matters. So so there you have that. Did you send Forrest the link?
I did.
Okay, good. And then there are no new lawsuits filed at this point. So good. That's something. The couple of things that I have seen out in the different forums and blogs, as Forrest says, is there's one bit of controversy out there that Dale has been manipulating photos for the last however long on his blog. Do you remember about a month ago when we asked him the question? It was the one of Forrest sitting in his den and the cup was gone and this was gone and that was gone, but everything else was the same. And I asked him, what did you do? And he said he was great because he responded. I have a kind of a hobby in photography. So I touch stuff up and I lighten in and I'll crop stuff out that, like when his random cup is sitting there and that kind of thing. So Forrest has been doing that for years and years. I don't think there's a there. But some are saying now it's a controversy and Dale's in the middle of it. I think
if Dale ever did something that Forrest didn't like, I'm sure he has other people he could contact to let them know. I mean, it's not like Dale's in control of anything. As far as Forrest Fenn, you know what I mean. But Sassafras says, K-Pro, what about the people you said were confirming the finder's identity? What's that all about?
Okay, I have a list. I'm getting there.
I didn't know that question. All right. I'm just reading the chat. That's
all. Okay, yes, I will get there. Stop being a Debbie Downer, Dave. Yeah, JTC is going on and talking about whatever we have to talk about, which is not much. So I think he's doing a fabulous job. So quit being a Debbie Downer. That's all.
Okay, I will, Dave. Don't worry.
That we should do that before we do the breaking news of the identity.
Right.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so there has been information sent to many people, and it's on the blogs, that the dark web, I don't even know how this works. There's a dark web out there, and it has reported a specific person based on hacking or getting into their information. I don't, again, know how the dark web works. And they have called out a specific person. I got sent his profiles on Instagram.
And I know nothing of this.
Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say, I'm not going to repeat the name because I don't think this person should be harassed. I don't have any valid information other than everybody's reporting it. They're saying what his name is. They're putting it everywhere.
Is this a searcher I would know?
No.
Oh,
like
it's just some random person?
Yeah,
and
he has one joint friend of mine. I'll tell you offline.
And they're saying what exactly? This person found it?
Yeah, because he changed his status to retired the day after
there's
the
the
treasure
proof,
chest.
everybody. Obviously,
I have no idea.
That
I
means
have
he
no
found
idea
it.
how it works.
What's wrong with people? What is wrong with people?
Yeah. So, okay. So that is all I have heard, but a lot of people are talking about it. I feel bad for this guy. They asked me to contact him. I'm not contacting him. And no, his name is not Mike Kelling.
Christy Fiorello says if they people hack the Finder, why didn't they hack Forrest 10 years ago? That's a pretty good question.
That's a great question. Okay.
BCBS, he says, K-Pro, Paul is the Finder. Why else did he make a video referencing the lawsuit the day the girl filed it? Does it strike you as the type to go talk about lawsuits? I have no idea what Paul's the type to go talk about, but I can say he's the type to talk about finding a treasure chest and not offering any proof, which to me just makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah. Breaking news: K-Pro's carry-on is 42 pounds. It's not true. It's not true.
Nice.
Fake news. Anyway, so that is I don't know how the dark web works. I've heard of it, but that's all I've heard of. So I would say there is no compelling evidence. There's nothing just like Paul, and I'll just say Paul is like the 15 others. When someone says that they have it and they don't say anything, he didn't seem too excited that he found it. Yeah, I watched a glimpse of or maybe 30 seconds of his video today, and
when I watch his video, the Paul videos, I just thought oil can, because he doesn't move. He's just like, and you should not give up your salt. He like never moved. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy?
Well, today he said he was going to put some stuff out, but now he's not going to because people are behaving badly. So everybody, it's been ruined, and he's not going to give anything.
And Paul, nothing against you. You're one of many that are saying they have it or they know who has it, but nobody has any proof. Nobody can actually show anything that means they know anything. So whatever. I take it all
Jack
with a grain of salt.
For the record, he does not have it. I don't have it either. Neither does Mike that I know of.
Christy, I think it's Davio, Christy Fiorello. I think Davio found it, everybody. I don't have any proof. I just think Davio found it. That's as valid as what anybody else in the chat is saying right now. I think Davio found it. Just because, he makes videos, and I don't know. I'm just trying to prove it. Dave Pilsner, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific on the Hint of Riches channel, we will talk about the new treasure hunt. And to be clear, it is not our treasure hunt. It is not K-Pro and I's treasure hunt. It is somebody else's treasure hunt taking place in Las Vegas that we are going to inform everyone of.
Yeah, well, and the other one is, if you're interested in Theodosia, that's one of the baby hunts with H. It's in the city that I live in. How do I know that? I've heard it directly from H. Charles. When I got it down to that area, he confirmed it was in Cary, North Carolina. I live in Cary, North Carolina. Literally, one of the spots was the park that my son goes to. So if you want to work on that,
Exactly.
We're going to be doing kind of a local meetup. So in case you want to be a part of that. Okay, so let's summarize here before we go to some of the other stuff Mike might want to show. Dale did not go to Santa Fe. I am not in Santa Fe. There is an audio now confirming Forrest saying no, the treasure chest or the hunt is over. Yes, yep. I'm in an airport because I am between getting home. Yes, our Vegas trip is no more.
Dave Calvi, everybody. So many Daves.
If everyone keeps hounding him, we won't hear anything. People need to chill, think of the Finder and exactly.
Well, don't say that, Dave Pilsner. He says, oh God, here comes the H treasure fraud. I'm assuming he means like Forrest Fenn, kind of people start questioning or whatever. I will say
already
this.
Are.
Right, and that's natural. Somebody said, I think Forrest is going to be disappointed in how all these searchers are acting. Not really. There's one way to put all the speculation to rest, and that is from Mr. Forrest Fenn himself. So he has to expect all this to happen The crazy people to say they have it, the crazy people to say I know who found it, the lawsuits, and all the crazy people are going to be crazy no matter what he says. But at least for us rationale people, which I hope is 99% of the search community, if he would just put out something, it would put a lot of this to rest.
Well, I think the only thing that we can really go on right now, and I think it'd be interesting, is if you remember the one clip, Mike, of when I said, "Is there going to be a way to know after you die?" And he's like,
Right.
"No," and then he stopped me. He's like, "There is a way to know. There is
Right.
a way for the community to know after I'm gone,
Mm.
but I'm not going to say what it is." Why don't we
What
start
is
talking?
it?
Not we don't need to talk about right now, but there's lots of tubers talking about lots of things. There you go.
And then Marty Bird, I believe it was putting that when Forrest said things like, the person who finds that treasure chest won't be able to keep quiet. He put another one. I forget what it was, Mark. But yeah, in other words, things Forrest has said is it's up to the finder, but the finder won't be able to keep it quiet. Well, maybe Forrest Fenn was surprised this time. You never know. He says he thought of everything, but what if he didn't? But we're waiting. Forrest, you got to put out something. That's just my opinion. Don't know what that is because I don't know the solution and I don't know the finder, but I would say you got to do some kind of an update.
Yeah, and he said several times that he's going to.
Right. And I've had a conversation. I'll say this to everybody. I had a conversation with a searcher, and it was like, well, what if the finder wants to be anonymous and the finder doesn't want the location to be known? Well, and Forrest said he would honor that. So what could Forrest do? One, Forrest could say the search state, because nobody knows where it is. Forrest could even say what the poem is about. In other words, if it's about fly fishing or if it's about whatever it is that was in his mind, if there's a theme, he could tell us what the word is that's key. He could say, and there's a word that'll help you. There's certain things he could tell us to give us things to study or talk about without actually giving the solution. Forrest could come out and say where Warm Waters Halt is. He could come out and say it was in fact the hot spring, or it was in fact this or that. And if he was to
well, I don't mean to interrupt because we could go out to 100 things. If you don't believe Forrest right now that the hunt is over, it doesn't matter if he's going to put out here's what's going to happen, in my opinion. If he put out the specific solve pictures, and the guy is standing there waving,
right,
that will not be good enough for some people.
And those are the ones I call the crazy people. But don't take offense at that. It's just a term I'm using, that they're not going to believe Forrest no matter what. But for the 99% of us that will believe what Forrest puts out, I was just saying, if you still need to keep the location a secret, there's things you could put out for it. You could put out where Warm Waters Halt is. You could say this is where Warm Waters Halt on the map. And then we all try and figure out the rest of the poem. And the searcher I was talking to would be like, but then they would figure it out. There would be 100 different solutions based off of where that warm water halts. You know what I mean? And that way, he's not giving the solution. Forrest never came out and said this is where the chest was. He's just giving us a general area, so to speak.
Well, and Jim Flanagan says, didn't Forrest say the search is over? I don't think he said the hunt is over. What is the definition of search? He says the hunt is over. The treasure chest has been found by a man from back east. If you're still looking for treasures of vacations in Yellowstone, keep going, but there ain't a treasure chest to go and find with it, is what Forrest is saying. So that's just my opinion. I don't think Forrest minced words on the treasure chest has been found. I think I had to email him back and forth 3 times. I'm like, it's gone. It's he's like, it's over. It's found. It's done. And he went into enough detail that I don't think he's being crafty with his words. Some people are still searching, and that's up to them. Dave says we can't put Forrest in the same categories as H. Wouldn't you agree? They're both treasure organizers. So hold on.
Well, Nate says he can't say the state because the finder would have to then pay taxes to that state. If the state is never revealed, the finder might not have to pay the state. If you don't know who the finder is, nobody's paying taxes. State can complain all day that somebody owes them taxes, but if the finder identity is never revealed, it doesn't matter. Now.
Well, and I actually like Williams because I'd heard this today. So I don't know what the statute of limitations is by somebody filing a lawsuit, but if Forrest puts out right now what the valid solve is, he can have a whole bunch of lawsuits. But if he waits, let's say it's 6 months, let's say it's a year, I don't know, or if it's 10 years, and then waits until that time is over to say where the solve is, then nobody can sue to say, like if you put it out today, you might have a suer tomorrow say, well, that was my spot. Someone stole it from me, or it wasn't really there, or whatever it is. So
yeah,
I don't know.
That could be. There could be, Forrest probably is still talking to the lawyers that he originally paid and talked to before the hunt started and saying, okay, now what, guys? You told me this, and they may be advising him you can't say anything. But maybe it's at all, and maybe it's a certain time period.
Well, and did he make a verbal contract? Because I like what Outcast Searcher said. It says if you found it and you had plans for interviews, books, and other things, wouldn't you be upset if Forrest leaked details before you could do anything yourself? Yeah.
But all I would say is I think Forrest should come out and tell us that. I think Forrest should say the finder will have something at some point. In other words, the finder wants to tell the story. Well, then we all know we're waiting on the finder. We can leave Forrest alone. I just hope he would give us some kind of an update like that. I know he did give us an update. He said, give me time, and we're doing that. We're giving him time. But if it really is up to the finder, then just say that. Say the finder is going to do whatever he decides to do. Mr. G says, do you think there's any chance at all that Forrest was duped with fake pictures and the treasure was not really found? What percentage of a chance? That was one of our conspiracy theories on our top 10 conspiracy theories, K-Pro, if you remember. And I'd say it's a 0%, because why now? After 10 years, don't you know how many people have emailed him pictures and they're solved to say, I found it. Oh, I'm in the right spot. Here's a hole. So it's gone. I think the only proof that Forrest would take is the actual chest in the actual location that Forrest knows where it was, or that one item in the chest he never talked about. As soon as somebody tells him, Forrest, I found this item in your chest, and it is the item he in fact put there, how can you say it's not found? Somebody knows. So.
Yeah, so I'm boarding, and I don't have kids. I don't know where my kids ran off to. So I think I need to go.
All right. Thanks, K-Pro.
Oh, I'm getting on that plane.
I may stay on for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
So,
don't say anything too crazy.
Yeah. All right. I'm giving away all the secrets.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Have a safe flight.
Thank you. Bye.
We will talk to you Monday live on the Hint of Riches channel. So, hey, everybody, it's just me. I don't think it's been just me talking to everybody in quite a long time. Dave Calvey says 0 chance, and I agree. Forrest isn't going to be duped by anybody. It's been 10 years. Gallatin Ghost says, I guess it's to be expected, but I'd hope some people wouldn't be so nasty. Just people want closure. People want to know how close they were. I think a lot of people would, if Forrest was to give the state, I think a lot of people would be very upset that they were in the wrong state when all the clues line up. All the confirmers are there, and you're totally wrong. But there's just been so many people that have said that somebody is in fact wrong. So, William, I don't have any beans to spill. Sorry, guys. Robert Slozinski says, now that K-Fro's gone, who's the finder? Super secret spilling time. I don't have any info, guys. One of the searchers I talked to was like, do you guys have any inside info? On the down low, just let me know. And I'm like, no, we do not have any super secret inside info. We're just here to talk about the things we see in the news, the things on Dale's blog, different searchers we talk to, if in fact searchers want things out there. The IRS will want to know who the finder is, but I don't think the IRS can force Forrest or anybody else to tell them who the finder is, right? Even if Forrest was to give the solution, the finder is still anonymous. We don't know who it is. I don't know how anybody's forced to do. Chasing Indy says, Marty, that's Digging Gypsy, everybody, if you don't know, said Fenn isn't talking because of the lawsuits. And that makes sense. What's the number one thing when there's a lawsuit? Everybody says you can't comment on ongoing litigation. That could be it. Tour of the house. I will do that someday, Captain Marvel, just not today. Rodney says I'd like to join so I can go ham on some of the nonsense. The lawsuits make the finder hesitant to come forward. Would you? Yeah, that's right, Jack. If I had found it and didn't say anything for a week and all this craziness is going on, you're right. I probably wouldn't say anything. So it's a possibility that we may not get anything else, everybody. Possibility this could be it. Dave Pilsner says, okay, Mike, you've been looking at treasures for years. Does H Treasure Man seem legit to you? H Treasure Man seems very legit because people have found the caches that he's hid. Hasn't there been 4 or 5 that have been found? So I don't know what you mean by legit. I believe when he says he hid something, he hid it, and there's clues to go find it. Now, is it solvable? Can you find it by those clues? Well, for those 4 or 5 that have been found, I know one was found in New Mexico back during the Jamie Jordan drawing because I was thinking of going to look for it, but I didn't have any time that weekend. So, yeah, he's legit in that he's hidden things and people have found them. I don't know what's supposed to be in those things and does he represent what's actually there. I can't speak to any of that, but he's definitely a man who has hidden some caches that have been full of a lot of things, coins, whatever, jewels, stones, and those things have been found. So, to me, that's a legit treasure hunter. If you want to split hairs and say anything other than that, I don't have enough info to talk about it. Richard McKeever says they can legally require Forrest to release the name if he knows his name or any information he has on the finder. Really? That's interesting. Can the IRS legally compel Forrest Fenn to release what he knows about the finder? So would the IRS sue Forrest Fenn and say, you have said your $2 to $3 million treasure was found. Tell us who it is so we can go tax him. Wow, that's crazy. That never occurred to me before. I guess anything's possible. But then I guess, well, the one thing they could for sure try and do is say, you have to give us the email that it was sent from. The photograph that you got that proved it, you need to give us that email. That's interesting. I never would have thought of that. Chasing Indy says the outlaw cash was found yesterday. So there you go. If you're going to try and say the H guy is not legit, well, why is this stuff being Sheepdog says, so that means the finder not only sent a picture, but also the solve. No, I didn't see anywhere where Forrest said there was a solve. He said a picture was provided, and that's how I know it was found. That's it. Nate Mattis, how could the finder stay anonymous when they have to sell it? An auction house would need to take possession of the chest to appraise it, and no person will just hand it over with no paperwork. Well, who says they're going to sell it? We're all assuming that it's going to be sold. But what if I found the treasure chest? I never tell a soul except for Forrest. I use an anonymous email, so he doesn't know who it's from. And once a month, I go down to Pawn Stars, and I give him a gold coin, and I get whatever discounted 50% value they're going to give me, and I just do it that way. You know what I mean? What if I just quietly sell it off over the next 20 years? Something. I don't know. I'm just saying there's no guarantee that this person that found it has got to sell it or do anything with it. The person can decide what they want to do. Dave Pilsner says, fair, Mike, but what is also fair is the only way we know anything has been found is he told us. Well, actually, if you're talking about, are we talking about the H treasure or are we talking about Forrest Fenn's treasure? That's true. The only way we know anything was found is that Forrest told us. But guys, we've trusted Forrest for 10 years. You either believe what he says or you don't. You believe he put it out there to begin with. You believe the 9 clues in the poem would lead you to it, or you don't. Now, if you mean the H thing, there's pictures. The people found it with pictures. I don't know. Jim B says, believe me, the IRS is too lazy to go looking for money. They can't do their job now. Yeah, I don't. That's a good question. Does anybody know anybody that works for the IRS that can answer that question? Would the IRS go after Forrest to try and say, you've got to give us that email? Try and track down the person who found it. I would say no, but Mark Meyer says, as Forrest stated anywhere that the treasure has been fully retrieved, not just found, but retrieved. I don't think Forrest ever used the word retrieved. I wish I had the link to the radio interview. At least it was in a video with his voice where Forrest said, the chest has been found, the thrill of the chase is over. That's what he said. The chest has been found, I'm paraphrasing. Chest has been found, the thrill of the chase is over. The treasure hunt is over. You take that from it. He also said the poem took the finder to the spot. How would F know that without the finder telling him exactly where he found the chest, he had to give the solved location? Well, Sheepdog, Forrest has said that from the beginning. I don't think that means the finder had to give a solution and say, yes, the poem led me here. Forrest has always said, you're not going to stumble over it. These 9 clues will lead you precisely to it. I think Forrest, and I could be wrong, this is just my opinion, but I think Forrest is saying this person sent me a picture to prove they had it. So yeah, the poem led them directly to it. Now, yeah, maybe the finder also detailed the entire solve. I just don't know. I would hope he would. If I told Forrest I had his treasure chest, I would tell him the entire story. I would want to do it in person, but, Well, Jim, that's your opinion. You know what they say about opinions, like elbows. Okay. Richard McKeever says, my aunt works for the IRS in Austin, Texas. Ask her that question, Richard, unless you already have. I mean, I'm assuming because she's your aunt, she knows about the Forrest Fenn treasure. She understands what's going on in the news, with the news. Ask her, would the IRS actively try to find who this person is? And the other thing is, some people say you don't have to pay taxes until you sell it. Some people say you don't have to pay taxes till you receive it in your possession. Some people say there's both. You got to pay it double. When you get it, you pay tax on the value, and when you sell it, you got to pay that tax too. I don't know on that. Okay. Rodney Greenway says, content and not on rarity or artistic merit. You pay taxes on selling gold only if you make a profit. The long-term gain on collectibles is subject to a 28% tax rate, though, instead. Okay. Well, somebody from the IRS would know. And Rodney says he's trying to send that from the IRS website, but it's way too long. Copy and paste. Rusty Nipples says, Forrest said the poem in my book led the person to the exact spot. And what I'm saying is I think that means there's no other way to find it except to use the poem in his book. That's all. Dead Pirate, thank you for that super chat. And Dead Pirate says, Forrest may only know the email address the finder used to send the pick and solve. Forrest only knows what the finder told him, so it could be pointless to pursue him for the IRS. Exactly. Forrest could say, all I have is his email, and give it to him. Like, yeah, here's an email. Anybody can make an email from anywhere, right? Yeah, that's a good point. Sheepdog says, I don't think F would just accept a picture because there's many fakes out there. I just believe they would have talked and F would have asked where he found it. A picture can be deceiving. Without seeing the picture, you could be right. I can't comment on what was in that picture because we don't know. I mean, I can speculate all day, but we don't know what was in the picture, so we don't know how Forrest can verify that it was found. Put it that way. Lisa Smith says, I heard you pay taxes in the year you found it. That's exactly what I heard. Dave Calvi says exactly. Check out Dave Calvi on YouTube. KLVI. He's got some videos. I still haven't checked out those solution videos, Dave. It seems crazy to me. It's crazy. It's me. You need more soundboard, Be Quick says. You can beat Toby in the soundboard war. You need some Dice Clay sounds. Yeah, I do like Dice Clay. I listen to him on YouTube when I'm doing work on the Chaseopolis and stuff. I put on Dice all the time. Right, Alan Kelly says, Forrest Fenn saying the poem led him to the treasure also covers his butt about secret hints, private clues, cryptics, scrapbooks. That's true. That is kind of a CYA, isn't it? Forrest saying the poem led him exactly to it because that's what Forrest has said it would do the entire time. That's true. Mike, you ready to go live together? Treasure Seekers, Fenn Stories. Are you the one that has the video about a helicopter in your solve or something? It's in Santa Fe. That just makes zero sense to me. That's not north of Santa Fe. I don't understand. I've watched some, if it's you, if I have the right channel correct, I've watched some of your videos. I just don't understand how it's in. He says it's 8.2 north. Unless you just don't believe him. And hey, if you just don't believe Forrest, well then why do you believe it's found? Why do you believe he hit it? Why do you believe anything? You know, that's all. I put them on private. Oh, okay. Well, Dave put them on private, so it's fine. Guess you're waiting for the real solution to come out just like everybody else. Richard says all emails have an address that can be traced to, unless you purposely spoof it and do something. Okay, so let's do this real quick. A lot of people have sent me and K-Pro their solves. Thank you. We have not read them. I just kind of scanned through a long email, but I'm just putting them in a folder that says solutions. The real solution comes out. You email me and you say, see, I was right. And then I will bring up your email, and that's your proof that you were right before the solution came out. And then you can come on the show and talk about your solution because you were right. You didn't find it, but you were right. And I think that's important. We have a lot of people that are saying, bring me on because I'm right. You got to call me right away. And we're just not going to do that because I understand you think you're right. I don't think you're right. So I got to see some proof that you're right for you to come on and talk about it. Now, what me and K-Pro have kicked around, and I want to know what you guys think, is doing a marathon and doing another, maybe the last, possibly, Forrest Fenn marathon where we just have people come on and give their solution. What do you guys think of that? Watch? Would you want to see what the different solutions are? You know, and maybe we do 2 in each state, 2 in New Mexico, 2, and we just have those people on and give them 15 or 20 minutes to go through their. I don't know. We've kicked that idea around. I don't know. Chasing Indy says, can you please keep the topic about Fenn? No, I'm kind of talk about what I want to. But you know that. So I don't know what you meant by that. Please keep the topic about. If somebody asks me a question in the chat, I'm going to respond if I so choose. Yeah. Sassafras says, I've told K-Pro that I have proof already in the forms of emails to Forrest Fenn and pics that I was there, but if it comes out that the solve is coming, I will send it to you before then. Oh, I see. You're saying your solution, you have proof that you had this solution. I got you. You're not saying you have proof you're correct, right? Because nobody has proof that thinks they're correct. Only one person could be correct, and that's the person that found it, right? Yeah, no, and I'm not telling anybody you got to email me your solution. I just know some people have. That's all. Mark Hughes says I posted mine. I didn't email it. Is that still good? Of course it's good. As long as it's out there publicly and you can show that I put this up before the real solution comes out and it's close. Heck, even if you were within 100 miles, I'd say you did a pretty good job. Then yeah, that's all people are trying to do is get it out there to show they were right. When real, maybe I should say if real solution. Oh, we got all kinds of. You going to do a video on the Las Vegas search? LV search? Do you mean Las Vegas search? Yeah, Monday we're going to talk about the Las Vegas treasure hunt. Brand new treasure hunt. You guys have never heard of it because we're the first ones to break it. The author of a book contacted us and, well, JC, I understand what you're saying, chasing Indy. I would never bash H. Just like I said, he hid things. People have found him, and the people that have found him are happy. So I don't understand why anybody's bashing H. But I haven't heard the details or all that. We had H on the show. I think the Gallows Harbor that he's doing is going to be great and all that. I know what you're saying, Indy. Yeah, I got you. It's not about that treasure hunt. So you're right. Yeah, we're not going to talk. Now I understand what you meant. Annie Oakley says, I posted on the Facebook page my solved PDQ after the treasure was found. Oh, wait. PDQ? What's PDQ? I posted on the Facebook page my solved PDQ after the treasure was found. I don't know if you mean the Forrest Fenn one or was PDQ mean something else. Anybody can post their solution now until we know verified the solution. Rodney says, I don't think this is over. I don't think the two can keep a secret if one of them is dead was about the last 10 years. About the future discoveries. Hey, Forrest said in his post, there's more things to discover. So maybe something else is going on. We're just waiting to hear from Forrest. Just delve into that a little bit. Be quick. Reminds all of us that Forrest does not like to be called Fenn. His name is Forrest, and he likes to go by his first name. That is true. He told me that. Everyone I thought was Finder last Friday. When I thought the last Saturday that Forrest announced it, and I believe Forrest said it was a couple days before, so maybe found it Thursday. Look at all the definitions of the word found and go over it live. I just don't think Forrest is going to put out a thing saying it's found if it was really not found. And somebody said, do you think somebody sent Forrest the right solution but didn't actually go get it? Because from certain YouTube videos, they make it sound as if they knew where it was, they didn't actually go get it. No, the whole point of this treasure hunt is you have to go get it. It's great if you figured out the poem and you know what all the clues mean, but until you go get it, you haven't won anything. So no, I believe the only way Forrest would say the treasure hunt is over is that somebody retrieved it. Somebody took it. My opinion. Just my opinion, guys. All right. Found but not retrieved. Yeah, T. Brown, I just disagreed. Forrest is not going to say it's been found if it had not been retrieved. Okay, so let's talk about the coin auction. I'm going to do that, Dave. I appreciate it. So as you guys know, or maybe some of the new people don't know, I created this searcher coin with Forrest's permission. Thank you, Forrest. This is the lowest number that we made 1,000. Okay, this is number 71. Right there, number 71 out of 1,000. This is the lowest number I have. And after this auction is complete, there will be no more Forrest Fenn coins on eBay from me. I'm kind of done with it. Okay, I had my little run, and I'm done with it. So this ends Tuesday at 3 p.m. I'll probably go live then, show the end of the auction, but it's only at $76. We will see how high it jumps. 31 bids. Ends Tuesday, 3 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, that's coin 71 on eBay. So if anybody wants that, just letting you know it's out there. The other thing is I have maybe 10 of the 2018 original coins left, numbered. You know, the only ones were made were numbered. We're going to give those away. So anybody that buys Chaseopoly today, you've only got an hour left. I told everybody noon today, and I extended it to 6 p.m. For every 10 games we sell, we're going to randomly pick somebody to get one of these numbered coins. That's for good for the next hour. So anybody that's interested, just email Chaseopoly. And then we're going to be done with that too. It's kind of like closing a chapter, starting a new chapter. But I will still have the games if anybody's available, but we're not creating any more is what I'm saying. All the Thrill the Chase stuff is done, including the Thrill the Chase itself, we think. Redemption says, is it plausible that the finder sent Fenn pics of the chest being underneath the canopy of stars and even gave him the correct poem solve? Well, yeah, of course. Forrest Fenn knows where he hit it. He knows what that terrain looks like. If somebody was to take a picture of it, yeah, Forrest would be like, you found it. You're there at the spot. In order to take the picture, you have to be there at the spot, right? Now, you could say that the person took the picture and they left it there for somebody else to find. That's possible. It is possible. I don't know why somebody would leave $1 million treasure chest in where they found it and just say, I'm going to pay it forward. I would hope they would leave something for the next person to come along. And that was the idea of Forrest Fenn Searcher Coin. This whole idea was leave this where you searched. And that would be cool if somebody would leave. Be Quick says, do you know if Jenny Kyle's still hiding the gold medallion coins, or is that finished? I don't know, Be Quick. I don't know how many she made, and I don't know what she's doing with those. You'd have to ask her. I do not know. I have no details on that. Chasing Indy, be nice. What's going on? All I'll say is everybody. And yeah, just ignore it. I would too, Candy. But whatever. Whatever. No new news from Forrest himself, Mark, but we did say, in case anybody doesn't know, everybody assumed Dale was going to go to Forrest Fenn's house or go somewhere to do a live press conference, and that is not the fact. Dale is on personal business wherever it is Dale wants to go. It's nothing to do. We have that on good authority. Terry Galloway says, guys, be happy it's found. At least it was real, so people don't think we were crazy for looking for it. Okay. I know some people, they want to know the solution. Like for me, I'm kind of reserving judgment until I hear something about a solution. If a solution never comes out, that's a good way to treasure hunt at all. But I will reserve judgment until we get info. But I will definitely be making a vlog on my thoughts if we don't get anything. Joshua Bishop says, I heard it was found in Colorado between Silverton and Ouray off the $550 million highway. Not sure how accurate or true that person's confirmation is, but that was one of my solves. $1 million highway is a very popular one. The train station there, Lower Colorado, that's a very popular one. Oh, Rodney Greenway says, my microphone cuts out quite a bit. All right, well, thank you for the heads up. I will replay this, try and figure out what's going on. Maybe I just need to plug everything back in. But thanks for the heads up. Can I enter my soul from Dale's site? I don't know what that means, Richard. Can you enter your what from Dale's site? Solution? Can you enter your solution from Dale? Well, hang on, guys. There is no contest. I'm not asking anybody to send me their solve. I'm saying people have, and whoever was the closest would be fun to do a show. That's all. There's no contest. There's no anything like that. It's just get your solve out there. So, Richard, you can do anything you want. It's your solution. You do whatever you want. Yeah, so. Now, some people are saying they haven't heard it cut out, Rodney, so maybe it's your system. I don't know. There's a good question. T Redemption says, do you think Fenn's chest was on public land or private, gated, owned land by Fenn? That's a good question. I think the chest was on public land. I hope nobody had to trespass to get to the treasure chest. And if it was gated, then you're really trespassing, right? So, no, I would hope the chest was found on public land, just for me. Richard Bertram says, Dale said he went to buy a camper for his truck. There it goes. It's just innocent. It's just when he posts on his website, I'm traveling for a few days, everybody jumps on it. It's just like when he all of a sudden he added a picture of the treasure chest contents to the website. Everybody goes, is that it? Well, no, that's not it. Everybody assumed it was because, you're waiting for something when somebody does an update on a website. Richard says his solve was on Dale's site, posted in May. Okay. And everybody, if the real solution comes out, there will be a lot of discussion. But something Forrest could do, and Forrest, if you're watching, this is just from me to you, put out the word that's key. That's all. You told us there's a word that's more important than all the others. Just what was that word? Was it Meek? Was it Brown? Was it Holt? Was it Waters? Just come out and say the word that the key was this. You don't even have to give an explanation if you don't want, but it would be nice to get an explanation. But at least if we had that word, we could try and read the poem in a different light when that word is more important than the others. That's all. Just asking for something to talk about. Brit Chaser, did everyone see Dale's comments that Forrest keep an eye out for certain searchers' emails as if close? No. Somebody please send me that if you have it to cowlazars@gmail.com because I have not heard that before. Dale also said he was going to Yellowstone in the same comment, but had truck problems. Okay. Yellowstone is also a good vacation place, guys, not related to Thrill the Chase. But who knows? Maybe Dale wants to still go and look. Everybody has the option to go and look. I mean, treasure chest, not there in my opinion, but it could be. It's possible. Chase King says, you can't let people that work in promotion for a treasure hunt get rid of discussions about said hunt. I don't want your reputation tarnished. Can't let people that work in promotion for a treasure hunt get rid of discussions about said hunt. What does that mean? Who's getting rid of discussion? I don't know what that means. The Hint of Riches forum will still be there. None of that's being taken down. All our videos are still there. If you guys didn't know, none of our videos have ever been taken down and then put up and then taken down and put up. We just don't do that. The videos are there if you want to watch them. So I'm not sure, unless you mean Dale, I would hope Dale would not take his website down or delete any of the stuff that's been there for the last 10 years, but that's Dale's call since he owns it. So you could elaborate on that, Chase. I'm not sure what you meant. If it was directed at me. Maybe it was just directed at everyone. Oh, that's awesome. Richard did find the 1/4 ounce gold piece that he showed a picture of. That's really cool. Dale said he wanted to go to Yellowstone during the summer without the summer crowds. With the whole virus thing, crowds are not that. Yeah, and Dale said vacate. You're right. I'm sure he did gym shoes, but everybody assumes otherwise. So we just wanted to say we got confirmation. It's not about the solution. That's all. And so you got to take that up with her, Chase King. I got nothing to do with her or that. You know, other than she's a friend, but I got nothing to do with Dale's. Britt Chaser says it is on one of the 5 treasure found pages on Dale's site, one of Dale's comments. All right, well, somebody send it to me. If you can send me a link to where that is and highlight it, well, if you send me that and that is in fact the case, I will email Dale and I'll try and talk to him. But chasing Indy, that comes with the territory. I get trolled all the time. I just ignore it. How I handle it. Just stick. And then when the people that are trying to get a rise out of me don't. Sorry. I just make videos the way I want to make them. I'm not really worried about think about them. If you want to watch, you watch. If you don't, you don't. You want to buy a game, you buy one. You don't, you don't. It's fine. Come on, trucking. All right, I think we're going to wrap it up. Everybody. Godelkin says, how you doing, Godelkin? Sometimes it takes me a few months to make a decision. Chase King, but you said removing discussion. What? I haven't removed any discussion that I'm aware of, so I don't know what you're talking about. Me, self. Anybody else that wants to remove discussion, if they own a YouTube channel or a forum or anything like that, it's their right to remove whatever they want to. They own it. You know what I mean? Did anyone ever win the case of bourbon from Breakfast Tea and Bourbon Chase search? They did not. The riddle from Pete Bissonette is still up. Go to, is it learningstrategies.com? On Facebook, there is a group called a group you can join for free called Breakfast Tea and Bourbon, and there's been a riddle posted. Anybody that answers that riddle, the solution to the riddle is a 4-inch by 4-inch plot of land. Anybody that answers that successfully to the author gets a case of Buffalo Trace bourbon. You got it, Mark. Thank you for watching. Any thoughts on who the finder was? I have no idea, guys. Forrest said it was somebody from back east that he doesn't know. I believe him. And how the person found it, how long did they have in the chase, how many boots on the ground, we just don't have any of that info. Yeah, the feather butt riddle. That's right. That one is, he put out the clue about Rudolph, and I'm just lost on that one. I thought Minotaur was close miss was Breakfast Tea and Bourbon. It wasn't on and on. Minotaur walked right by the $50,000 flute in Breakfast Tea and Bourbon. Rough one. Tom Henry says, will you be getting a new theme song for the roller coaster park of treasure hunts? You know, I probably should. That's probably a good idea. Or maybe a new song now that the chase is over, about the chase being over. That's actually a good idea. What do you think about that? All right, Richard, thank you. Richard said he was going to send the gold coin that he found to me and K-Pro to give away in a treasure hunt, and we will. Thank you, Richard. Chase King, this isn't the place for it. I don't want to really hear about it. What was the clue about Rudolph? Breakfast Tea and Bourbon. I could bring it up, everybody. Because I guess everybody is looking for something else to do. Breakfast Tea and Bourbon. All right, here, I'll show it so you guys can all see it. Pop. Facebook, you go to the Breakfast Tea and Bourbon Treasure Hunt. There's 181 members in here. This is where he updates. There it is. This is the clues which Dustin, our friend Dustin and his wife Deidre, they have a podcast on Oak Island, and they are into treasure hunts. This is the riddle. I fly like a realized bourbon red with a pointy head and feathers on my butt. Where am I? And then these are all the clues. This thing's been going on since 2017, everybody. The latest clue is the bourbon red is the Rudolph, capitalized R. The bourbon red is the Rudolph of the bird family with the sleigh full of toys. What does that mean? I have no idea. I've kind of given up on that one. I just don't know what it's all about. So, yeah, Dave, no, I'm not okay with K-Pro leaving, but, you know, that's life. We all got things we got to take care of. So what I got to do is get this place cleaned up and start getting some videos together about these other treasure hunts. The Beacon Star videos are coming. The new, and right there, for anybody that's watching that lives in Vegas, you might recognize that right there. That's got something to do with the new treasure hunt, everybody. We will talk about that one on Monday. I've got to prepare for that. And then there's some other treasure hunts we're going to talk about as well. Okay, everybody, I think that's it. It's Sunday night. I hope everybody's doing okay. Yeah, we'll be live tomorrow on the Hint of Riches channel. Thanks for tuning in. Thumbs up. Stay tuned. We will give updates as soon as we get anything. We will go live at that time. Don't know, Robert. Don't. Chase King, be nice. Otherwise, you got to go bye-bye. We don't call anybody names in this chat. And I know somebody may have called somebody a name that I missed. Hey, if I missed it, I missed it. Chase King, careful. Rodney Greenway, go to Breakfast Tea and Bourbon Treasure Hunt on Facebook. Breakfast Tea and Bourbon Treasure Hunt on Facebook. You get all the info there. The actual author posts in that group. Yes, Cool Runnings. I did not put Forrest Fenn's name in. Yeah, let me go back to that. Oh, there's something else that I did wrong on this auction as well. If you put in Forrest Fenn, this coin does not come up. You've got to put in searcher coin and spell it right. And then see somebody else has one up. This is like number 800 something. This is mine right here. I did not put Forrest Fenn in the title. It's just something I did out of respect for him because Forrest doesn't have anything to do with this auction. And I even put it right here. Forrest Fenn is in no way associated or makes a profit from this auction. I don't want anybody to think now that the hunt's over he's trying to sell anything. And the other thing I put is local pickup only. That is not correct. Somebody emailed me and said, you're not going to ship it? I will ship it. Shipping is $4 right here. So I just, in the comments, I accidentally, because I probably copied this from somewhere else, I accidentally put local pickup only. That is not correct. It's $4, and I will ship it anywhere you want me to ship it to. That's what I do. I ship a lot of stuff. So it ends Tuesday, 3 p.m., and I'll go live. Just so we put it up, we could have fun with it. The other thing is if we put Forrest Fenn, and I have nothing to do with this, but this is Michael, and look at the books that are up now. Thrill the Chase has got 6 bids at $31, $59. Oh, they're still out there. Somebody's Forrest Fenn signed a $1 bill. This is 3D Bronze's treasure chest. They don't show the size. This is one of the smaller ones. But it's at 2 bids. It ends in 6 hours if anybody's interested in it. I don't know if 3D Bronze himself put this up or is somebody selling it, but we gave these away at the World Series of Fenn this year. That's fine. Somebody put it up. But what I was looking for was... Okay, so we still have a bunch for Forrest Fenn. This one right here. This is something that somebody had made. It's laser etched on wood, and it's fly fishing for gold. This is not my eBay auction. I have nothing to do with it. I'm just letting you guys know it's there in case anybody's interested. $650, a little expensive, but it looks like it's a nice thing for fall. And I think this might even be somebody's solution. So they kind of memorialized it in wood. So there you go. Okay, that's it for that stuff, guys. I just did, Michael. There you go. I didn't even see your comment until just now. Yep, sorry, I'm behind in the chats. How many hunts are you going to work on? There's probably 3 or 4 because we'd like to focus. I mean, I can make videos and just tell you, Fandango's out there. Go get the book. I don't really know much about Fandango. I found a CD that somebody sent me their solved maybe 5 years ago. Isn't that crazy? On Fandango. Nobody can find that one. What has it been, 10 years, 20 years? And it's going to end. So we'll... Oh, sorry, Richard. The 2 silver coins, not the gold one. That's fine. Whatever you send, Richard, we would appreciate for sure. What was I going to say? Yeah, we kind of wanted to delve into the Beacon Star and this Vegas treasure hunt for sure. And the cool part about the Las Vegas treasure hunt, which you guys will see on Monday, is that I can kind of go boots on the ground. If you're like, well, I don't live in Vegas, this is a boots on the ground hunt in Las Vegas. There's something in Las Vegas we have to find. I'm going to be trying to find it. But you guys know me. If somebody's like, can you go check this out for me? I will. You know what I mean? I'll help. I can take video. I was down on Fremont Street last night, took video. We've since deleted that video. But if you are, well, I don't know about Fandango. If anybody subscribed to the channel, you would have saw us live on Fremont. I think so. You know what? I don't really talk to K-Pro about Thor, like traffic. How much traffic is there? How many new users are there? We don't talk about it. I'm just busy making videos and stuff. Listen good. The Chaseopoly special ends in 45 minutes, $29.99. For every 10, we're going to insert a random coin. I look at it as Willy Wonka and the golden ticket. You open up your game and you see if you have a numbered coin or not. These are the coins, guys. I will say that as of right now, there are 4 coins that are going to be randomly. And the other thing I'll do is probably tomorrow, I'll do the random drawing, but I'm not going to put that on YouTube because some people may not want that information known. But what you can do is if you email me to ask, hey, I bought a game, did I get a coin? I'll tell you. I think it's more fun if you open it and you're surprised, but you can email me and say, did I get one? And I will tell you, yes. All right, everybody. We've been on, I don't know how long, but we will be back tomorrow. I am actually, we're right at about an hour. Look at that. We'll see you guys tomorrow on the Hint of channel. I appreciate you guys coming in. I appreciate it if you would thumbs up the video, and I'd appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow.
At the kitchen table by the pepper and the salt, you can begin your adventure where the warm waters halt. No harsh sun, no rain that pours. Do your Forrest Fenn search indoors. It's safer and it goes much faster. It's more fun than playing canasta. If you're wise and you find the blaze, you can play several times in just one day. Chaseopoly, the thrill of the chase. Take your journey without ever leaving your place. It's fun for the young, it's fun for the old. Get your title to the gold when your real search for the treasure needs a break. Play Chaseopoly, the thrill of the chase. Chaseopoly, the thrill of the chase.
See you tomorrow.